Hello pretties, we are super excited to introduce to you the newest collection from Pretty Actions, the Newborn Digital Backdrop Collections. Never has it been easier not only to provide your clients with a variety of images with their beautiful newborns, but also to create fun and whimsical scenes with things that you might not already have in your studio or with you traveling to clients' homes. So having these digital backdrops just makes your job a whole lot simpler. We'll be showing you how to use these digital backdrops and easily composite baby into an image in this real quick introduction. So we're just gonna jump right in. This is obviously the final image. So sweet, baby laying on our acorn swing here. Now this is, of course, the digital backdrop. So let's go ahead and see how easy it is to place baby right in there, all sleepy and snug. Each collection will come with actions. Yes, how cool is that? Now we have our handy dandy newborn applicator action. Actions to apply shadows to just the background or just baby. They are like magic. One of my favorites is the color matching action, which allows you to match really anything within the image. Say you took an image of baby and the wrap just isn't matching with whatever's in the digital background. Well, you can change the color of that wrap by using this action alone. So fun. So let's go ahead and apply our baby. I'm gonna click on Newborn Applicator and press play and follow our instructions. I'm just going to navigate to where I have baby saved and press place. And here I can just click and resize until I find that she's fitting pretty good into our image. And of course I can always move her diagonally. I want to make sure some of the blanket is showing, not too much because then it looks like she's kind of just floating atop the blankets there. I want it to look like she's sinking, and I do want to see a little bit of the blanket. Okay, I'm really liking that. I'm just going to press enter and continue. So at this point, baby looks so sweet. I do want to add shadows to make my image look realistic, and it's never been easier than using the actions that come in your digital backdrop collection. So let's go ahead and select Apply Shadows Background and press play. So I have my instructions here. We're gonna paint with a brush at just 10% opacity. So I have my brush selected, 10%. I'm gonna zoom in here. And we recommend 10% because you can really build on top of the shadow and make it as light or as dark as needed depending on the specific area that you're adding that shadow. Now generally you'll want to paint with a small brush right next to the crease of the image. Okay, and I'm just going to keep going over lightly here in the areas where the crease of baby meets or the edge of baby rather meets the crease of the blanket. We're gonna make it look like a crease. It isn't really one yet because it doesn't look like baby's necessarily laying on the blanket. It just looks like she was placed there, and that is why we're adding the shadows. This image is just gonna be super soft and realistic once we're done here. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep going on around the edge. I'm gonna make that a little bit larger. And you'll notice when I turn the layer on and off what the difference is. And you can kind of see it more so as I'm clicking and making my brush larger. So notice what happens already when I turn this layer on and off. You can see a bit of shadow coming across here. I'm just gonna make that a little bit more apparent towards baby's bottom. And I'm going to keep going around the edge of baby's head here and just zoom through this part so we can show you what the finished product is going to look like. And I did want to mention real quickly, notice how you can see my brush, and I am going over parts of baby's face, but it's not applying to baby's face, it's just applying to the background, which is amazing. It gives you so much control. Who wants to go back and forth with, you know, removing shadow, adding it, and you really don't want to do that. So this gives you so much more control, and it's just so easy to use, and it makes your job fun. Okay, let's go ahead and zoom back out. Now, of course, we still need to add shadow to baby kind of looks like she's about to fall off, but we're going to add a little bit more shadow here in just a moment. So I'm turning that on and off, and you can see how I've added shadow directly underneath baby where her body is meeting the blanket. Okay, so now we're going to go down and select Apply Shadow Baby. And I'm going to select my baby layer and press play. We want to make sure our baby layer is selected. I'm going to press continue. And again, we're going to paint with that soft white brush at about 10%. So I already have that set up. Just going to make it a little bit larger. I'm going to add a little bit of shadow on top of baby. And you'll really be able to tell from the light in the digital backdrop. Let me just zoom back out here. How it's really kind of just shining in towards the mid photo here. So I do want a little bit of shadow towards the back, and I might put a little bit here on her bonnet, and of course also down towards the crease of where her body is meeting the blanket here. So I do want the shadow to be softer. I'm going to work with a little bit of a larger brush. And again, I'm not being careful to not get any on the blanket because it's just applying to baby, and that's it right now. So tons and tons of control, which is why it really is just super easy to make these images look flawless. So notice how it's starting to look more realistic with the shadows. I mean, this looks super amazing right now. It looks like baby was just set on this blanket here. We've just got beautiful shadows going on. And I'm just gonna dab very lightly over her face here. Just want a little bit of shadow. And I'm just clicking along the edge. Okay, so let's go ahead and zoom back out here and take another real quick look at baby. So look at the difference with our shadows. Again, here's complete before. She's sized perfectly for the image. It really does look beautiful, but we just want to have that finished look. So we're able to add our shadows, and here's the shadows from the background. Bam. Perfect. And we're just going to add a little bit more to finish off the image and the shadows on baby. It looks super, super beautiful and realistic. I'm loving it. Now, of course, we're not going to stop there. The actions take it a little bit further. Now, we've already talked about the color match. You also have a few actions to kind of play with the lighting and just help everything be a little bit more cohesive. Now, I do want to mention baby was already edited before I imported her into this image. And we do have an additional tutorial that comes with your collections that will show you how to easily cut out baby from your original image. But now that we've gotten everything together, let's go ahead and play with the light a little bit. I can click on Warm All Over Glow. And look at that nice glow that we were able to add to the image. So everything has just a beautiful wash of warmth. And you can play with the opacity, bring that up, bring that down. And depending where your light is coming from, again, this image is more kind of mid-centered, but you can have the light coming from the top right or the top left, and you'll want to match what you're seeing in the digital backdrop. So I can actually combine those as well and play with the opacity a little bit. Our final image had actually not had the warm glows. We just ended it like this, but I'm liking the warm light. It looks very, very soft and whimsical. All right, and that's all for this tutorial. We really hope that you guys have just as much fun playing with these beautiful digital backdrops for your newborns and delivering them to your clients as we did making these for you guys. There was so much love put into these images, and we're super excited for you to play.